doing whatever it takes. In being successful at what you truly want to be successful at, you have to do what is required, which is often whatever it takes, even when you don't feel like it. A recent example of that coming up for me was the Hugh Cornwell Band tour we did in January this year, where we recorded the live album, All the Fun of the Fair, which has just been released a few weeks ago at the time of this video. And at the time of that tour, which was just a few weeks after my father had passed away, I was experiencing a lot of grief and intense emotion surrounding that. And were there times during that tour that I didn't feel like doing it? Absolutely. But I realised that sometimes there are things that we need to do to create the results that we want, even if we don't feel like doing it. And we have to set that aside and put that in a box, if you will, and just get on with doing what we need to do. Not to say that we don't allow ourselves space and time to process our experience, but that sometimes there are other practical things that need to be tended to first. And in essence, that's what I did during that tour. Regardless of how I was feeling, I set the feelings and thoughts about my dad that were coming up to one side and focused on fulfilling my duties on the tour and showing up with excellence to the best of my ability, day after day, night after night. And even though before the tour, I'd probably practiced more for that than any other tour I'd done as a professional musician to make my performances as easy and effortless as possible, I hadn't anticipated the extra emotional weight on the bar that was coming up surrounding my father's passing. And on another level, I realised that I was creating those experiences in the moment and navigating that with a deeper level of well-being in the face of those, even when it felt unjustified, is another conversation in itself. And if you'd like to explore that more, I invite you to check out my recent podcast episode, Trusting in Wisdom and Life's Perfect Timing. And you can find a link to that in the description of this video and as a link at the end of this one. And bringing this back to the subject of this video, to do whatever it takes, it requires commitment. And when I was recently reflecting on my father and the influences that shaped him, one of his inspirations was renowned personal development trainer George Zaluki, whose words continue to resonate with me today. And one of my favourite quotes by George Zaluki is about commitment. Commitment is doing the thing you said that you would do long after the mood you said it in has left you. What's something in your life that you promised yourself that you would do from a space of clarity that you can be more committed to? And if you're being true to you and your greatest potential, letting yourself down is not an option, only always. And again, what's something that you promised yourself that you would do from a space of clarity that you can be more committed to right now? And what's one action that you can take today to move forward and honour that commitment? Let me know in the comments. Have fun, be committed, and I'll speak with you soon.